numbers, now we're watching them rust. Told ourselves we'd never fold, never bust, but now we're sitting with the wreckage, just praying for trust. Markets a mirror, it's all smoke and mirrors. Thought we were kings, but we're stuck in the errors, chasing the game, but the game don't care. Now we're left with silence and a whole lot of air. What's the cost when it all falls apart? We gambled our souls just to play the part. Can you hear it? The crash in the distance, tearing us down, no chance for resistance. What's the cost when it all falls apart? We gambled our souls just to play the part. Can you hear it? The crash in the distance, tearing us down, no chance for resistance.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Buenos nachos, mi amigos. Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where I'm Matt, your Kohrs, and together we're going to see if we can put together a show. Second day in a row where I'm holding this for literally no reason. Like, that's why I bought this arm. So I don't know what's going on, folks. I'm losing my mind over here. But whatever. It is a beautiful Thursday, January the 15th? 15th. I got it this time. Folks, I hope you're having a good one. Why are my lights so low? Hang on one second. Nope. Is that doing anything? Did we do anything? No? Maybe over here? Whoa, buddy. Oh. It's probably because I left my giant shade open because I wanted to see some water today. Hey, it's going to be what it's going to be. You're going to put up with it. We're not going to complain today because we're not internet crybabies. Any hoozles, I hope you're having an amazing morning. I hope you had a great day yesterday. I hope you made a buttload of money on hump day. We sold off, we chopped sideways, we ripped into clothes. I hope you made money on all of it. I myself had a decent day. I could have done better, but I didn't do anything that I would consider to be a bad decision or horrible trade. So relative to the past 2 days, we're seeing some nice improvement, good trajectory, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can continue that into today, which kind of brings me to my overall TLDR statement on this Thirsty Thursday. I think today is going to be some pretty evident bullish setups, if you ask me. I'm going to be going over the nitty-gritty details of why, but overall, things are looking really strong. The combination of TSMC crushing earnings, the situation in Iran calming down, and people buying the dip yesterday, and then you put all of that together with the generic bullish structure, strong momentum, and pretty decent options flow, well, it tells me the dip is about to be bought, or really, if we see dips, that's a dip buying opportunity. So my bias going in today is evidently bullish. It's been bullish. Granted, my confidence in that call out has kind of been waxing and waning, if you like talking about moons for some reason. But anyway, I'm bullish, and I don't see why I would be bearish right here. Maybe you are bearish. Maybe we just look at the market differently, but let's wait to see what the opening action really is. So that's the TLDR. Of course, there's a couple other things to get into. Initial jobless claims coming out at 8:30, lower than expected. Philadelphia manufacturing numbers coming in higher than expected. That's another 1-2 combo with everything else going on. That explains why the market is gapping up today. If you look at the overall indices, we are opening higher than the high from yesterday. That is a gap up. So even though I'm talking about bullish, yes, please be mindful of the downside gap fill today, just because we know the odds of those plays are really, really high. For me, am I going to be playing it? No, because it seems to be somewhat news driven, and the concept of playing the downside gap fills when it is news driven, the odds do fall off a bit, but hey, it could still happen. I'm just letting you know, I would rather be a buyer at the gap fill than playing it to the gap fill. But once again, that's just how I'm playing today. I'm not your mom. Decide what you want to do. So I appreciate you joining me today at the crack of dawn. We're up before the farmers. You know, we're putting in an honest day's work. We're going to be breaking down kind of the global situation, then a little bit into the overall market, some individual equity news. By that point, the market should open. I'll give you the bull case, the bear case. We'll get the breakdown, and then we'll see when things get ripping if we can make some shrewd trading decisions today. I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we really get rocking, I do want to let you know that today is the final day of the current Apex deal. 80% off evals with that code GOONIE, G-O-O-N-I-E, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Today is the final day, and I'm expecting decent enough movement that on these evals, it should be relatively simple to pass these, especially if you do that degen strategy of 2 separate accounts, long on one, short on the other, max contracts. If you're on a 50K account, that's 10 contracts at max. You're going for 16 points to pass the test, and one's long, one short. So ideally, you're looking for one of them to pass. Is this a guarantee? Absolutely not. And also a friendly reminder, you can't do that with performance accounts, but you can happily do it with evals to quickly pass them if that's something. So if that's something that you care about. So basically on one side, do you want to be financially efficient or time efficient? When it comes to me in these evals, I'd rather be time efficient because I am betting on my own trading in the future to be kind of picking up not being so financially efficient. But once again, my own thoughts and opinions. But what is crystal clear is 80% off with that code GOONIE ending today. This is your final trading session of it. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. And with that in mind, S&P 500 futures rise led by chips after back-to-back losing sessions. Yes, you heard it right here. Tostitos is officially saving the market, and even a little bit of Doritos. You know, we all thought chips were an enjoyable, high mouthfeel snack, but apparently they can also save the market. The SPY, as I said, gapping up above yesterday's high. The Qs gapping up above yesterday's high. TSM, a semiconductor play, reporting earnings up 5.7% this morning, and Bitcoin holding very strong at 97. So across the board, when I see stuff, I'm seeing green. So as to why we're seeing so much green this morning, just to maybe give you an explanation of what's going on, well, there's actually, it's a multi-layered situation. It's a multi-layered dip where you're gonna need a lot of chips. Number one, Iran averts U.S. strikes for now with pledge against execution. So as crazy as this photo is, as crazy as that headline is, apparently we are getting a calming down in the Iran situation. All right, so the governments believe U.S.-Iran tensions have de-escalated and U.S. talks with Iran are likely to continue. Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Qatar, Oman, and Egypt were all reportedly involved in de-escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran. So the vibe of this morning, and I'm not here to tell you if it's right or wrong, but this is what the market is pricing in, is a de-escalation of the Iran situation. So, hey, that's good. Iran reopens airspace after hours-long shutdown. Spooks airlines. So it seems like we're kind of at least progressing in the right way, but that didn't stop a little bit of craziness in the commodities market yesterday. Oil prices fall 3% after Trump says killing has stopped in Iran. So remember, they were going up just in case trade routes or oil itself, the trade of it gets kind of disrupted. So the fact that it's calmed down, well, now prices are coming down because they're obviously taking out the pricing of that risk. So across the board in that situation, that's numero uno of why the market is feeling a little bit bullish this morning. But here, since we're just talking about larger geopolitical issues, kind of some crazy stuff going on in Denmark, Greenland, and the U.S. Denmark to push back on U.S. Greenland demands as protests are planned. NATO nations deploy to Greenland after tense White House talks. NATO members are deploying small numbers of troops to Greenland for a joint military exercise after a tense meeting with the White House about the island's future. The French president referred to the exercise as Operation Arctic Endurance. Talks between the U.S., Danish, and Greenlandic, didn't know that was a word, officials were frank but constructive, but did not resolve in fundamental disagreement of Greenland's future, the Danish foreign minister said. So I guess things are tense in the winter wonderland of Greenland. Here's a little little bit of a clip. Let me make sure the audio is good.
We, the Kingdom of Denmark, continue to believe that also the long-term security of Greenland can be ensured inside the current framework, the 1951 agreement on the defense of Greenland, as well as the NATO treaty. For us, ideas that would not respect territorial integrity of the Kingdom of Denmark and the right of self-determination of the Greenlandic people are, of course, totally unacceptable. And we therefore still have a fundamental disagreement, but we also agree to disagree. And therefore we will, however, continue to talk. We have decided to form a high-level working group to explore if we can find a common way forward. Even though we wasn't so successful that we reached, a conclusion where our American colleagues said, "Oh, sorry, it was totally misunderstanding. We gave up on our ambitions." There's clearly a disagreement. We agreed that it makes sense to try to sit down on a high level to explore whether there is possibilities to accommodate the concerns of the president, while we at the same time respect the red lines of the Kingdom of Denmark.
So basically, Denmark, which once again apparently owns Greenland, they're basically saying, we want to own Greenland. You're not allowed to own Greenland. We want to own Greenland. So that's kind of where it's at. It'll be interesting to see how this one concludes, but how fun is this? You can't make this up. Estimates show that it would cost the U.S. $700 billion to buy Greenland. Meanwhile, the U.S. spent $1.2 trillion on federal debt interest expense in 2025 alone. The U.S. spent 1.7 Greenlands per year just on interest expense. Literally, the interest on our debt is almost 2 Greenlands. Greenland could be bought by the net worth of Elon Musk. I made the joke this morning. It's about 6 Somali daycares. When we're talking about dollars, we're like, yo, is that thing for sale? Can we just buy it? The numbers aren't actually that high. So just a little fun fast facts with me, Matt, this morning. So just want to show that. And moving gears a little bit, U.S. will halt issuing immigrant visas for dozens of countries. This was a little bit of a hot topic news yesterday, as I guess the concept of illegal immigration within the U.S. is becoming even a hotter issue. And then you have these icings, and I don't know, tensions are just clearly high.
This is a big list, 75 countries. Brazil is on there. Not a country you often see on these lists. Can you kind of go into why you think that is?
Sure. Well, Brazil's on there, Russia's on there, Iran. We've seen 75 countries. So Brazil has a lot of good company on the list. But our understanding is that, of course, the State Department has data on looking at benefits and which immigrants from which countries tend to use U.S. benefits when they come to the U.S., and that's been kind of the guide for deciding on these 75 countries. As you mentioned, this is for immigrant visas, so this is not affecting people coming here this summer for the World Cup or people coming on business and tourist visas. This is more likely going to affect family members of people currently in the U.S. and others who are looking to move here to live and work on a permanent basis.
Yeah, that brings me to my next question. Who gets hit the hardest by this?
Yeah, well, it's being described to us by attorneys who work in the immigration space as, rather than being kind of surgical to try to prevent people from taking advantage of immigration of benefits, kind of being a sledgehammer approach and an overly broad, in the opinion of some immigration attorneys, because they say that there are already safeguards in place to make sure that people who are coming to live here are not taking advantage of the system. But these are an indefinite pause. But we understand it's also not going to last forever. I mean, this is something for the State Department to go through and kind of, from the State Department's perspective, to improve and fix its own vetting procedures for these applicants who are coming in and looking to live in the U.S.
So even though there's like a lot of headlines of it, once again, this isn't tourism, this isn't short stay, this is more of like kind of a higher level visa. So maybe it's going to become a bigger issue, maybe not. I just wanted to share it with you because obviously it was making some media waves yesterday, if you will. So that's pretty much what you need to know on the global side between last night and this morning. So now we could dive a little bit into the market. So today, Thursday, January the 15th, about 35 minutes ago, I guess at this point, 50 minutes ago, we got the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index coming in way higher than anticipated. They were expecting a drop in new manufacturing. It actually increased by quite a bit. And then the initial jobless claims coming in lower than expected. So both of these considered to be good numbers. Obviously, putting this together with the Iran situation calming down and the dip being bought yesterday, helping the market push even higher. But there's one other major thing that's really helping the market go higher, and that has to deal with earnings. Early this morning, we heard from TSMC, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and BlackRock. So TSMC delivers another record quarter as profit jumps 35%, fueled by robust AI chip demand, which is exactly why TSMC is currently up 5%. This is in the world of semiconductors and really the fancy GPU chips. This is a fabricator. So to better understand how the entire stream works, and obviously there's things higher upstream and there's things lower downstream. But what you need to know is you have something like NVIDIA that is creating the concept of the chip. It is the chip designer. And then from there, you're going to have something such as ASML, which is going to be fabricating the high-end machines that are going to be used to create this. They get sold to a company like TSM that then creates the actual chip. So once again, you have designers, machine manufacturers, and then the actual creators. So that's a little bit of how this all goes together. Once again, there's things higher upstream, such as where are you sourcing all the precious metals from? And then you have things farther downstream, such as like data centers and who's going to actually be using these chips, but just a little bit of where TSM fits into this. So once again, this is the company that's going to be doing the actual fabrication for a company such as NVIDIA, which, surprise, surprise, is in with respect to, I suppose, a sympathy reaction, up about 1.5%. And I'll actually be looking for this one to continue. So if we go to TSM, you can see nice gap up of about 5.5%. And that's a gap up to actually a new all-time high. So congrats if you ended up playing that. But I'll be looking at the generic semiconductor sphere this morning, which once again is gapping up to a new all-time high, up 3.33%. SMH is the ETF, the exchange traded fund, the basket of stocks tracking the semiconductor trade. Once again, gapping up to a new all-time high. NVIDIA, the most valuable company in the world, gapping up as well, trying to get above that EMA cloud. AMD getting a small gap up. Avago right here, small gap up. So AMD, Avago, NVIDIA are the top three semiconductor designers. ASML, once again, makes the machines. Huge gap up there. It's up 7%. It's actually doing even better. I'm particularly proud about this. This was my biggest investment of last year. I got in around $750. So I'm now almost up 100% on that investment. Once again, at this point, it hasn't even been 12 months. So this is probably what I'm most proud of in terms of investing from last year. We talked a lot about it in the Discord when it was happening and kind of my reasoning for it and what was going on. But it was pretty much in this zone. It was like kind of a summertime. And I remember it popped up, it pulled back. I like this higher low. When it started to show strength, I kind of just started buying it roughly in this patch. Once again, it was an investment, not an active trade. And I've been in it ever since late summer, early fall, and obviously I thought it was a good trade, but I never expected it to do this well. So once again, this is a very, very sophisticated company that is making the machinery that is used by the fabricators to make the chips for the designers. So this one up even more, but overall the sector is one hot tamale. So the AI trade is alive and well, but as I've already alluded to, there were some other earnings this morning Goldman Sachs tops profit estimates as equities, assets, and wealth management outperform. Goldman Sachs GS crushed it in trading this last quarter, but going the way of JP Morgan, Citi, and Wells Fargo, even with a good headline statement, it's still down after the earnings. And right here, Morgan Stanley tops estimates driven by wealth management. So I'll go over to Morgan Stanley. You're going to see a similar vibe. So right now, the financial sector, XLF, which is the financial subsector of the S&P 500, has clearly been under pressure for the start of earnings season. But at this point, we're kind of done. Like, yeah, maybe you care about PNC tomorrow, but whatever. All of the major banks at this point have reported. JP Morgan market not responding well. Same with Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and I guess the only other one I haven't checked, I think it's BLK is BlackRock. BlackRock is the only one that's up. So that's your one winner right there. So financial plays not really looking the most exciting at this moment in time, but I would say the AI semiconductor plays are looking rather good. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter, mattkohrs.locals.com. It's in the description of the video. My mod will drop it in chat. It is free. You never have to pay for it. There's no upsells, anything like that. Comes to your email inbox every single Sunday. I break down what's going on in the market, cheat sheet for all those earnings, cheat sheet for all the major macroeconomic events. As you can see, we have nothing else scheduled today. Tomorrow, even though nothing is scheduled in terms of data drops, you should know that it is OPEX. This is the monthly expiration. So expect a lot of big movement of positions because people either need to decide to lock in profits, losses, are they going to roll? So it's just a big monthly OPEX. So get ready for that. That is tomorrow. And then with respect to seasonality, today historically does slightly favor the Bears. The Bears win it 43% of the time over the past 28 years. The profit factor is low, and obviously the bias is bearish. But once again, I'm telling you that the Bears have a 7% edge. So these are the odds right here. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen. Based on the current situation, I would say that this is going to buck the trend of seasonality today. But just so you know, tomorrow it is a bit more bullish. I mean, it's actually really bullish. I had 2 years there where it really got hit, but then started recovering. So right now, we're not seeing the strongest seasonal bias one way or the other, but if you look at the weekly view, it does slightly favor the bulls. So just wanted to call that out to everyone. So now diving specifically into charts and what I see happening and not happening. If the market were to open right now, we would be at 6967, as in we have a gap up, folks. We are opening above the high from yesterday. That is a gap up. So please be mindful of the downside gap up, even though things are looking very bullish. Of course, we could sell off, fill the gap, make a base there, and then recover for the remainder of the day. That is totally possible. Like I said, I am not playing the gap fill myself. I'd rather see the gap fill play out, make the base, and then I want to play the bounce off of it. That is one potential avenue for the day. But we are scheduled to, once again, open above the high from yesterday, and actually we're within spitting distance of a new record high, which I think is very much in the cards today. I get it right here on Wednesday the 7th, once again yesterday the 14th. Everyone on social media, mainstream media is like, I told you the top is in, we're selling out. And then I'm on an island by myself actually saying, hey, I actually think it's worthwhile to buy the dip. I think the market goes higher. And guess what? The market clairvoyant, the market, I guess, fortune teller, good old Matty K was right again. People freak out. They really do. As soon as we get green days and new all-time highs, there's this behavior as if that's expected and that's how the market should behave. And then the second you have a red day, everyone's like, what in the world is happening? And I just don't get it. I mean, the one that blows my mind, not so much yesterday. I do love that this dip was bought, kind of an inverted hammer situation. But on days like this, on the 7th, we literally hit an all-time high and then kind of sold off from it. And everyone's like, oh, that's bearish. That's bearish. How in the fuck can it be bearish when you're hitting an all-time high? Like, literally, by definition, how can something be bearish when it is at a record high? I swear, like, sometimes there needs to just be base classes in logic and like second order thinking, or just like a pure critical thinking class, because it is massively missing. How in the world could anyone have had the balls to say they are bullish when we hit an all-time high? It makes no sense to me. I said I'm buying the dip. I did it. I made money. Saying the same thing right here. Don't believe me? Watch the update video from yesterday. I gave you all the reasons of why my bias was leaning bullish rather than bearish. Now, obviously, there is variance to the market. There's unknown things. Of course, today the market could open and we could puke, and it could be a disaster today. There's a non-0% chance of it. But remember, my overall framework of the market, picture a root system from a tree, and every single pathway has a certain odds ascribed to it. And right now, our game is to find the root system with the highest odds. And I would say that that high odd root system, that high odd pathway is to the upside. Of course, like small odd situations happen. If you're playing roulette, yeah, you have a 3% chance or something like that it's going to land on green. That doesn't mean that it's a smart bet, dude. It's just, yeah, sometimes the rare event happens. We're looking to see day over day if we can identify the high odds event and take advantage of it with low risk and see if we could just ride that trend over and over and over again. I don't think we need to overcomplicate this. So right now, I really like how things are looking. SPY is popping, Qs are popping, NVIDIA's looking good, TSM reported looking good, ASML, huge pop up. Bitcoin is holding as well. Very quickly, let me just show you NDX. It still has not gotten that upside gap fill. That is very much a target of mine on NDX, the Nasdaq, 25,887. I'm very much watching that, and from there, the all-time high. If you want to look at the small cap sector, it's making another new all-time high already, so congrats to you who have been riding that. Bitcoin, I love the look of it. I like that it got hit, made higher lows, popped up, pulled back, higher low, base. I've been talking about this one for a while. Yes, I am a Bitcoin long-term investor, but in terms of active trading, I really like that setup right now. And the other thing getting the hot talk at this point is gold. Gold's right by its all-time high. Same thing with silver. It literally made an all-time high today. And yet I'm already seeing people on social media saying, oh my God, silver's crashing. What the fuck do you mean silver's crashing? It hit an all-time high today. How could it be bearish? How, like, what? That doesn't mean I'm chasing it here, but what in the world are people smoking when we hit an all-time high and they're like, that's so bearish. What do you mean? I feel like we're kind of missing the plot here on just basic definitions of things. I mean, hey, if you want to bet against it, Godspeed. Maybe you're right. Maybe you top ticked it, but I'm not going to be betting on being the luckiest trader in the world of picking that exact top, because you know what happened to the last people did it? Well, they felt good for about 2 days and then they got blown out. The next batch of people who did it on the 7th and the 8th, they felt good for only 1 day and then they got blown out. Yeah, maybe this time it's different, but I'm not going to be betting on myself of being the person who picks the exact change of trend. Why? Why? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Anyway, we'll see how it plays out. And just so you know, for my intraday traders, for my scalp traders, these are my key levels. As I always do, I mark out the previous high, low, and close. That is the green, the red, and the white line. The white box is the transition zone, and the yellow horizontal lines are all the big money positions. And you can see there's a lot of positive gamma at 6975. There's a lot at 6990. There's a lot at 7,000, and there's a lot at 7,025. Those are all my bullish targets. My bearish targets would be more 45, 30, and then past that, we're talking about 6,900. So yes, I have a bullish bias today, but that doesn't mean every single day I'm still creating a bull case, a bear case, and whichever one seems to be playing out, I will be playing it out accordingly. So once again, my bias is bullish, but I have no problem whatsoever taking bearish trades today if that's what the market tells me I should be doing. And on that note, dingity ding ding ding, the world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all, play responsibly, and if not, have fun. Alrighty, okie dokie artichokey, the casino doors are open. Obviously, I will be giving you the options flow as that data starts to come in. People are already buying the little miniature dip in silver out of the gate. Let me just make sure everything is set up so we can do what we need to do. Okay, data is good. Data, let me drop this so we can see it a little bit better. Let me drop this so we can see it a little bit better. Of course, I do want to point out there's a lot more positive gamma than there has been over the past couple of trading days. So I'm kind of looking for that slow but sure grind up to 7,000. And I believe a break and hold of 7,000 would even tilt some of the largest money managers to be, I guess, quote unquote, fully risk on, which would obviously be bullish for the market. So watching how much positive gamma there is, there's more stability than there has been. In a vacuum, the stability is still low, but once again, on a relative basis, stability is definitely increasing. So I'm going to be watching that. I'm not really trading anything out of the gate. I want to see how the big boys are positioning themselves on the day. Of course, we had a big gap up. The downside gap fill is right here, 6941. It is the high from yesterday. You could watch it on SPX. You could watch it on SPY, which is 69172. You could watch it on QQQ, which is 62345. So yes, we had legitimate gap ups today. Please be mindful of the potential downside gap fill. If we do get the downside gap fill, that doesn't mean things are somehow already magically bearish. Not at all. So calm, cool, collected. Let's see if we can identify the trend. Let's see if we can identify where the big money's at. And let's see if we can make a couple shekels today and not do something stupid like I recently did, where right here, I'll put it, well, it's right here. If you're on Rumble, it's on the normal Rumble channel. If you're on YouTube, right here, it's on the secondary channel, the Matt Kohrs channel, at Matt Kohrs. It only has 5.74 thousand subscribers, but right here, I'm an effing idiot. That video just dropped. If you come to my Twitter, I believe it is pinned. If you're having a tough time finding it, yeah, it's pinned to the top of my Twitter, or you could just go here, find this, or you could just search I'm an effing idiot, Matt Kohrs. I'm talking about how I had pretty much my worst loss ever since the start of the Apex accounts in October. And I'm not talking about unrealized, like where sometimes I go down really bad unrealized, but I win back. This was a locked in, legitimate, horrible loss. So not only am I explaining what happened and how I got tilted and spiraled, but really I think the useful part of the video is how I pulled myself out of it, stayed calm, cool, collected, and that day, the next day, and the next day, slowly but surely got myself out of that hole. So I think there's a lot of great teachings in this video. So feel free to set it up as a, hey, I'll watch it later, like that type of vibe or something. But once again, I'm an effing idiot, as many of you guys accuse me of it. In this video, you were 100% proven to be right. So check that out. And I guess speaking of Apex, like I said, today's the final trading session, 80% off with that code Goonie. And just to show you my accounts right here, I haven't broken any rules. I haven't done anything silly. It does look like my data is for some reason not working. So that's fun. I guess we have to disconnect and reconnect everything today. That's a bummer. Why do I not have data? Why do I not have data? Is the data finally coming in? All right. Anyway, as you can see, I still have not traded today. I've been a good boy, sticking to my trading plans, doing what I should be doing. The charts are taking forever to load. I don't know what's happening here. Now it just completely froze on me, so that's fun. So that's our first real mess up of the day. Anyway, SPY's just going a little sideways. Silver's popping again. Bitcoin giving a little bit of those gains back. Please, please, please be mindful of the downside gap fills on the S&P 500 and on the NASDAQ. We've seen it play out far too often. I don't want you guys making rookie mistakes like I commonly do. What platform is what? This is NinjaTrader, which is going to be, dude, this is really struggling today. I don't know what's happening here. I can't see my mouse or anything. Do I just need to give it a second? Maybe that's all I had to do. It looks like the data is now coming in. But this is probably the most common platform that people are using for SIM-to-funded trading, and for good reasons. It's a pretty quality platform. It took a little bit of a learning curve for me to really get used to it. I was more used to TradeStation, but as soon as you mess around with it for a couple trading sessions, in my opinion, it becomes rather intuitive. So like I said, if you're coming at it with nothing, well, maybe you won't have the same issues I did, but overall, I'm liking it. Actually, I don't mind this VWAP retest trade right here. I think the good entry was somewhere in here on the break of 2,900. your risk would be 29.10. So you're risking, I don't know, 10 to 15 points depending on where you do or don't get in. And then you have a very obvious target of either 800 or 783, which once again is VWAP, the volume weighted average price. So I don't mind that trade if you're trying to take it out of the gate, especially because it does somewhat align with the downside gap fill. Obviously, I am not taking it because I believe it is a counter trend trade, and I don't really feel like being in a counter trend trade right now. I'm waiting to see how things play out. I really don't want to be going short when I see strength in the Mag 7. This is the current options flow and the combination of Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. When I see strength there, I don't want to be betting against the NASDAQ. S&P 500, it did pop, it did drop, but I do want to let you know we only have 7 minutes worth of data, so we just don't have much data yet. So once again, let's be calm, cool, collected. We don't have to do crazy stuff quite yet. So just to call it out again, I want to be very clear about this. Yes, there is a downside gap fill in play today, all the way down to 41. There is a big gamma level at 45. The top of the transition zone is at 40. Here, honestly, in my book, if we dip all the way down there and then we start to see that bounce, I would love to take that trade. I would love to take that trade. Now, is that opportunity going to present itself today? I have no clue. I'm just letting you know if it does happen, I'm going to be a big fan of it. All right, with respect to momentum, the S&P 500 on the futures market, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour, all bullish. Let me mark out the current high. The NASDAQ, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour, all bullish, but you should know the 5-minute is about to be testing. Like I said, we've been watching this VWAP trade over and over again. As I kind of said right here at 35, and we were kind of talking about it in here, this breakdown of 900, you're risking 910. So you got in between 900 and 890. So you're risking anywhere between 10 and 20 points. At this point, you can move your stop to break even. It's a freebie trade. We've already made fresh lows. And like I said, your target is here. It's between 800 and maybe 86. It's between this key level and also VWAP, a key technical level. So it's a freebie trade. You know, freebie trades are awesome. Like, maybe you get knocked out for break even. Okay, boo-hoo, whatever. No sweat off your back. Or maybe it completely vomits and goes in your favor and you make a bunch of money and you're done before the 10 a.m. hour. So just to be clear, I didn't take the trade because it's a little bit too early for me. And like I said, I don't want to go counter trend. But if you're really drilled into either like the 500 tick or really, I was seeing this mostly on the 1 minute right here. See how the 1 minute popped up, started to break down. This is where I'm talking about 900. It was this bar breakdown. So really this trade, I was showing you the 500 tick just to, I guess, show you in more detail. But the trade I saw was on the 1 minute. It puked, it popped, that failed. You're shorting at 900. You're giving it a little bit of risk, and you're playing it all the way down. And I actually still think that there's a distance to go. So I think it was more evident on the 1 minute chart. I'm just showing you the 500 trick because for the point of streaming, there's more bars, there's more action. I guess we could get really nutty with it and do the 100 tick to show you a lot of bars and a lot of action. But I'm not really trading off of these. I'm more so using them just for the point of the stream, and it gives us all something to pay attention to quell our ADD needs. But hey, that's just my thoughts on the situation. So as you can see, I have my 20 Apex accounts, I have my 2 FFN accounts, and I have my 3 take profit accounts. With respect to Apex, I'm trading them in 2 tranches. I have 15 that have a lot of buffer, anywhere from 91,000 down to 89. So that's anywhere from 41K of profit to 39K of profit. And then I have 5 other Apex accounts that are brand new. I've only traded them one day. And yesterday I managed to make 2K on each of those. FFN, those are evals. Take profit, those are evals. So just kind of seeing slowly but surely if I can get those a little bit higher. That's where we're at. And we're just, whoa, beautiful bounce right there on NQ. Kind of just the 5 minute kissing that 50 EMA. We are about 10 minutes into the day. That's not a bad deal. If we start to take out that high, 946, that's an interesting play for sure. Let's look at any big money. So the point of control, we're back to 900, key psychological level. We bounce right off of these pending buys at 50 and 45. Right here on the screen, this is Bookmap. It's where it shows you the pending sell orders, the pending buy orders. Obviously, buy orders are below, sell orders are above. You can see there's a wall of buyers at 850, 845. The market turned right before that and ripped all the way up to the point of control. That's the highest volume price level of the day. Don't get that confused with VWAP. We ripped all the way up to that, and now we've peaked 30 points. So definitely still a little bit of volatility and craziness in the system. So once again, just for my own sanity, I'm waiting for things to calm down. I guess if you had the balls, you could have taken that short. I don't know if I would have caught that in real time, but if you did, hey, congrats to you. And once again, if it goes a bit in your favor, just set your stop to break even. The name of the game, especially when you're trading futures and you're not worrying about PDT, because there is no pattern day trading in the world of futures, is just take as much minimal risk as you humanly can. If you're always just like obsessed with risk, you will survive this game. I promise you, the best traders in the world are not really the best traders. They're the best traders because they're the best risk managers. That's the definition of the best traders. And I think a lot of people kind of have this world backwards, and they think they're like, no, like what's my entry model and this and that, and like, can I learn this fancy thing and that fancy thing and yada, yada, yada. And it gets so tiring and it's so boring. And they're literally just missing the most basic math of the market. The best traders in the world, I promise you this, I would pay you guys if you can prove me wrong on this one. The best traders in the world are the best risk managers in the world. They're not this person who gets in and they just make money every trade. Nope, they get in. The first, second, and third question they always ask themselves are, if this goes wrong, and there's a 50-50 shot it goes wrong, what's the worst case scenario? And if they're accepting of it, great, they'll take the trade. And if they're not, they move on with their life or they adjust their size. But that's it. Every single time you're about to trade, ask yourself, if this goes tits up, what's the worst situation? Shane made some money? Who already made money this morning? I'm seeing that people are posting that they're already locking in some of their attendees, which obviously a congrats. Oh, speaking of locking in, if you're in the Discord, apparently I made a trade today. 2 trades today. 2 trades today. All right. I don't want to take the screenshot on this screen because that's going to mess up the action for you guys. A little bit of a divergence between the SPY and the Q. So hang on very, very quickly. If you're in the Goonie Trading Discord, I locked in the QQQ position and I locked in the Palantir position, obviously both for a decent profit. So let me work as quickly as I can to take those screenshots. But if you're in the Discord and you're listening to me right now, I only had one Palantir position. I only had one NASDAQ position. Both of them got locked in for a nice profit. I'm just working to take my screenshots so you can see the exact details. It looks like the Palantir position got locked in at market open. Same with the NASDAQ position. So I am making some money moves apparently this morning. Hey, that's nice. That's fun. Hey, that's a thing. All right. Let me get this in here. Oh, as quickly as we can. Here, PLTR and QQQ locked in. All right, nice. Did that. So, like I said, if you're in the Discord, that just got posted, and it is oddly bright in my room now. It doesn't look too bad on stream, so I'll live with it for a second. All right, Mag 7 flow is really picking up. Why is the NASDAQ popping? Look at that. People are starting to buy calls like no other. They're buying some calls for Friday, but it's more of longer dated calls, and there's actually a little bit of put selling. So I'm liking what I'm seeing there on the Mag 7, a clear amount of strength, but are we seeing a similar situation in the SPY? The SPY, okay, got a flow alert right here at 42. That kind of made the base of the day, and now we're seeing the pop. All right, that bias is obviously bullish. Let's mark out the intraday high. I see that pop off of 60. All right. All right, let's see what in the world is going on. I need to pull up the 1 minute over here. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives, folks, you know? Not to ask the big questions or anything, but what in the world are we doing with our lives? NQ, whoa, getting a 50-point smack like it's nothing. This is why you got to kind of be careful with some of your entries. Where do we see buyers stepping in? I see some buyers stepping in at 900. They might be buying right at that psychological level. Stay tuned. Are they buying off of 900? The point of control, psychological level. What are they doing? We're dancing around it. We're testing it. What are we doing? Yes, no, maybe so. Are these buyers stepping in? Look at all those buyers. About 100 contracts. Will they hold or will the sellers take them out? Who's gonna win? I have no particular prediction, but I am watching it because it might make a good trade opportunity. We're right at that equilibrium.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
All right, the buyers held tight, but are they going to get retested? All right, I got to watch my risk. Gotta watch. All right, right there. So they took out those buyers at 900 flat, and then instantaneously sellers came in at 915. That might be a little scalp trade. Long at 900, selling at 915. It was about 90-ish contracts, so 90 times $300. That's not a bad trade, and they're about to hit it within seconds. If this hits, it did hit. Wow. Wow. Let's just break down the trade that we just saw, like some sort of either quant fund or hedge fund make. That was 90 contracts, and they made 300 a pop. That was a $27,000 trade. They bought there, sold there, and it took about 20 seconds. We just saw someone make $27,000 in 20 seconds. Fucking crazy. It just kind of shows you the levels of these games, honestly. Like, that is just another level.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Wow, dude. $27,000 in 20 seconds. How much did they risk to make 27,000? I don't know where they put their stop at. I don't know if they had risk. You'd have to ask them. But we saw the trades hit. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wild. Peep. Shows you that there's levels. Shows you that there's levels to this. All right. On SPX, buyer stepping in at 60. My next target obviously would be 75. We're kind of halfway through that range. Mag 7 was showing
Order
strength.
filled.
All right, I just got knocked out of one position for risk management. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Hey, that's a bit of a bummer. A little bit of a whippy. A little bit of a whippy start, if you will. A little bit of a whippy start. I just got whipped out on this. Someone dropped it on the Mag 7. Not 100% as to why, but SPY is showing some strength. We still have the downside gap, so I'm trying to be mindful of that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Order filled.
All right. Once again, risk management. I don't want to let bad trades go for an unnecessary amount of time. I try to play that pop just didn't happen. It didn't follow through. Sometimes that shit happens where something just, it's getting dumped on the Mag 7. Obviously, I didn't anticipate. I saw that strength and it was holding. I didn't anticipate someone dumping it with size, but that's the market for you. That's the market for you. That really cracked it. But why? But why is the question? But why, oh why are they selling the Mag 7 now? Yeah, someone bought a chunk of longer dated puts start right at 949. A chunk of longer dated puts. Interesting. Why? Okay, they cracked 60. That support. Downside gap fill, I suppose, would be the next logical target here. Um, 45. Okay, so you have the 1 minute 50 EMA at 45. You have a key level at 45. Downside gap fill at 41. So I guess that's at this point. I'm kind of watching NQ. Do I want to play this potential? A little bit of a pop there. 5 minute. I'm watching this 5 minute. It's testing. Buyers might be coming in right here. Or, you know, maybe not. What is this one? That's 811. Oh, brother. All right. Risk management. Do I want to close this out right now? Do I want to wait? Oh. All right. I'm closing it out just because I don't feel like riding it to VWAP. I was long, and I'm just cutting that loser of a position. Cutting that loser of a position.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Oh, what do we have going on? I'm watching. Oh, we got a little bit of a pop. Wow, I got out to protect myself, and then that's when it pops anyway. Come on. It's going to be one of those days, I guess. It doesn't want to be below 60 that much, seemingly. Doesn't want to be below 60 that much. Watching this closely. Might be a little pop that on the breakdown of 56, which is this established low, I think somewhere between 40 and 50.
Order filled.
What fucking position was that? Order filled. Did I have pending orders? No. I didn't have pending orders. What the fuck are they talking about? Was it the TPT? Oh, it might have been the TPT. Okay, I think I figured it out. All right, little fake out dump that was quickly bought. Am I trading? Okay, those were properly closed out. Yeah, I think I got out of it like pretty much the worst position. I was trying to be smart about risk management. I was like, I don't want to ride it to VWAP. Literally said that on stream to you guys. And I suppose that's what I get. I suppose that is what I get. Calm, cool, collected. Let's see what the trend either is or isn't. Bitcoin, a little bit of a bounce there. Where are we going? Let's get some of these lo-fi tunes going to calm everyone's nerves. Hang on, that volume is way too high. Little jazz lo-fi here. Do we want jazz today? Or do we want sunny side beats? A little jazz for our trading right now. All right. Maybe a lower high, but if it quickly bounces, that's actually a higher low. So we're kind of like in indecisive movement right now on the SPY and the Qs. The Mag 7, this freaked me out a little bit. I liked the initial pump. It was going with trend, and then boom, right there at 9:49 in 30 seconds, someone bought a decent amount of puts. So something to be mindful of. What do we have here on the S&P 500? Drop, pop, drop. So overall a bit weak, but maybe it's catching its footing here. Maybe. It might be a lower high, folks. Maybe. SPY is taking a little bit of a hit on Delta. Mag 7's kind of going flat. 1 minute is struggling here.
Order submitted.
All right.
Order
That's for my
submitted.
small account.
Order filled. Order submit.
All right, like
Order
I said,
canceled.
just upgrading my risk and whatnot, trying to take risk off. Watching at this point these intraday lows, just because, and we're really zoomed in to be fair, talking about trend, but looking at the 1 minute, we do have lower highs and lower lows. Bullish, 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 bullish. Bullish, 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 bullish. But the 5 minute right here, I guess 60 to 65 on NQ is kind of an interesting level. Point of control is still 900. Point of control is still 900. I'll move myself over so you can see this a bit better. What is the low of the day on NQ is 43. So below 60, it gets questionable. 40 is the intraday breakdown. And then VWAP, as you could see right here, is 813, 14. So we're in a little bit of no man's land because the POC is all the way up there and VWAP is about 60 points below. So 30 points above you have the POC. It might be a quick VWAP retest. All right.
Order submitted.
Once again, just updating my risk. Just updating the risk. We ran into this wall here between 85 and 90. Once again, POC is 900. Let's see. Which way is she gonna go? I'm really watching 815. That's the VWAP. VWAP is climbing up, so let's just call it 820. POC is 900. Oh, what kind of pickle did I get myself into today? What kind of pickle did I get myself into today? All right, there's your book map. Here, see, I'm watching this 5 minute. It's showing signs that even if the 10-minute goes, that's down to VWAP. So that, and then also we have the downside gap fills. How's flow looking? SPY's picking up a little bit after getting hit. The Mag 7 is kind of tilting down after its pop, so slightly indecisive. What time is it? It's 10:02. Maybe there's the 10 a.m. reversal, but which way are we going to consider the reversal? Oh, fuck. We have some buyers stepping in right here. Oh, I don't know why that's up. I don't need that for right now. I don't know if this music is actually calming me for some reason. Yeah, we're on both ES and NQ. We're right at that 5-minute 50 EMA. So we're kind of at this interesting equilibrium point. Interesting equilibrium point. Which way is it gonna go? Does flow give us any indication? Mag 7's taking a hit, telling me that it will be the VWAP retest, but who knows? The flow can change just like that. But right now, I am seeing the Mag 7 take a bit of hit, but the SPY's holding. We're getting kind of that contradictory, awkward, like in-between information, where this one, I'm showing you the dump right there. But over here, a little bit of a hit. What's VIX doing? Maybe the VIX will be telling us something interesting. The VIX kind of actually flat. So that's really not giving an indication either. We're like kind of awkwardly in no man's land that depending on the time frame you're looking at and what you're comparing, you're kind of getting very different thoughts and opinions here, folks. We just have to have patience and wait. I guess it's best described as consolidation, and we'll see which way it decides to go or to not go. Let's just see. So a little bit of buying hitting the tape right now. I'm looking over here at a little bit of buying just hit. Not a lot of bit of buying. What's it gonna be? Like I said, below 850, I think that does statistically increase the chance of the VWAP test on NQ, but we're not close to it. We're 20 points away. And then back above 900 makes me feel strong about testing like 940, 950. So I'm kind of waiting for either a clear break and hold a 900 or a clear breakdown and hold below 850. I suppose that's maybe the best way to describe. But we have some kind of aggressive sellers coming in. Oh, but they're blocking through it. Going through it. Which way? It's like almost like anxiously watching paint dry today. Like, which way is it going to snap first? Because we're not really trending either way. I don't know. I look over and every single time I think it's going to move one way. The next time I look at a bar, it moves the other way. Like I said, we got to either watch 50, 850 or 900. I'm going to set up some alerts just because this is getting to the point in the day where I might start looking at some of the breaking news or something, and I don't want to miss alerts, which is not working. I guess TradingView is having some issues. I saw some people in chat saying that TradingView is having some issues, but apparently I can't set alerts today. Well, there's a pop. Fuck, I wonder if I should have downsized. Maybe not. Maybe it will go in my favor. All right, here's a look at flow. Mag 7 is at the low of the day. S&P
Order
500.
filled.
Okay, something's going on. What happened? What did I just get a fill on? Fuck. Something just moved. Shit. All right, these are not working, so I got to disconnect that. I just got out of those
Order canceled.
ones. What about, where are these ones? Okay, I could probably, do I want to move it to break even? 76. My target is 20. Targeting. Fuck, I lost it. How did I lose? What did I do? Did it not copy trade to them? I don't get why the copy trade on this isn't working on these. I'll figure that out later. Not really in my mind at this moment in time. That's far too much risk. And actually, I want to stagger them. I'm just moving it down just in case there's like a weird fluke. But hang on here. I want to do like 1, 1, and 1. I don't want these all together. How can I handle that?
Order submitted.
Let's see. Where's... We went as low as 41. I got out some there. Is this gonna fail? That's a big pop off that bottom. Dip buyers are seemingly coming in. Do I just need to bail on this? I was able to make some money, but I really, obviously, as I've been explaining, I thought there would be a continuation of VWAP, but I guess, I mean, is it happening? Buyers are stepping in. Pretty strongly, I might add. Pretty strongly, I might add. And now they're sellers. What are we doing? Yeah, we ran to 40 here. I don't know. Today's movement and vol is not for the faint of heart.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, let's see if I'm doing something smart today or stupid today. I see a clear rejection on the 1 minute pop. I see the 5 minute on NQ pressing the cloud. I see ES pressing the cloud. And it fucking bounces. Son of a bitch. Shit, it's coming for me. I guess maybe I'm a little bit too... I don't know. I don't know if I'm too obsessed with this idea of it touching VWAP today and I'm missing it, or is this just like a pop that like I need to live through? What are other time frames telling us? Or do I just need to be patient? We've touched that multiple times. I was on, for initially, my main reasoning in thesis was that, fuck, this is going. Do I just want to close it and cut bait? Or do I just need to be a bit more patient? Like, we really just keep pushing that 5 minute. Fuck. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being disciplined and patient and waiting for the play to be out, or I don't know if I'm like overstaying my welcome and it's not happening. And I find that that judgment is commonly people decide, oh, you were disciplined and you were patient and you waited if you made money. And then if you wait forever and you end up losing, you're like, nope, you overstayed your welcome. It's just so easy to use like the opposite reasoning. It's so incredibly easy. Oh, I need to be really careful here. This is going to get dangerous. I need to be extraordinarily careful here. Oh, wow. Okay, out of nowhere, Mag 7 did start popping. What the fuck? I didn't see that. Right here at 10:08. Someone ripped the Mag 7. Ooh, I might be overstaying my welcome, folks. I might be overstaying my welcome. I'm going to give it maybe one more minute, but this part, my trading was, oh, wow, the delta's getting dropped. We're going to puke to the downside gap fill. I didn't realize that someone had popped that. So like I said, if this gets faded very quickly, maybe I'll get lucky, but I just don't want to risk it. It just doesn't seem worth it to me to risk it. Yeah. Am I gonna get lucky here? What happened with this? That was crazy. That was very crazy. Not the easiest day. We're not just getting nice follow-throughs. We're kind of getting some bullshit like this. Very evident lack of trend today, and that's the shitty fuck, dude. I can't make heads or tails of this today. Cannot make heads or tails of this. Where's VWAP at now? VWAP is down there. All right. Stay below. I cannot make heads of this. I really thought today would have had a decent trend in the morning, and obviously that assumption was fucking wrong. And I got myself into a little bit of a pickle with said assumption. Oh, I just gotta wait. Gotta keep my risk in control. As always, no matter what, getting into the trade, during the trade, whatever it is, don't get tilted. Don't do something stupid. Risk and control. Good days, bad days, in between days. The name of the game is keep your fucking risk in control. That's all I could do at this point, because I could pay attention to the structures. I can update my risk accordingly. And the big thing is, if I'm getting clear evidence that I'm wrong, just cut it. Just take the hit on the chin and move on with your life. Which literally might be what I'm seeing right now. Fuck. It sucks that the TradingView alert thing is not working. It really sucks. Really sucks, actually. All right, folks, this has been, I don't know, maybe you guys are seeing the market in a little bit more of a lucid manner than I am today, but this has been just a rough session to read, in my opinion, but I do hope you are doing better than I am. Oh, fuck. I can't, dude, it's just, we're not trending. We are not fucking trending. Which way is it going to break? Obviously, I want it to break my way, but if it breaks the other way, I'll close it. It's just right now we are, I don't see the trend. Maybe you guys see a trend somewhere, but I am scouring all time frames I can possibly find on an intraday basis, and I'm not seeing fuck all. I need it below 860 to feel comfortable here. And we're not. We're at this 880 level. What is going on, dude? This is some purgatory. You ever get into those positions that you feel like no matter what you do, it's going to inevitably be wrong? To be honest, that is
Order filled.
All right, I closed one. Did I close one at the worst fucking point? No way. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep my risk in control. Oh, I think I top ticked that management. Fuck. Tis trading. Ain't that about a bitch? Wow. Well, all right. I still have every time it pops a little, gets sold. Every time it drops a little, gets bought. We're just not trending. All right. Here's a quick look at flow. That Mag 7 pump, that random ass pump at 1008, it is kind of holding. S&P 500 jagged but up ever since 1008. But momentum is nowhere to be found.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Like I said, just risk management, updating shit accordingly. Folks, what the fuck's going on today? What is this trash? All right, I'm looking to see if the Qs either do or don't hold 625. VIX is down. Nvidia's taking a little bit of a hit. That's kind of interesting. TSM was the big earnings result. That's taking a little bit of a hit right there. VWAP is now 821, I want to say. Where was that? 8. Yeah, 821 down here. What kind of fucking purgatory is the market putting us all into today? Well, patience, folks. We have to wait for some sort of trend to develop. I see the 5-minute on NQ continually pushing the 50 EMA. So you could look at that as one of two ways. The fact that it's pushed it for pretty much since market open and hasn't broken, that's some strength, but then how much strength is there? So basically, like, I'm just waiting for this consolidation on the NASDAQ to break one way or another. That's what I'm waiting for. The shorter term momentum would favor the bears. The medium term momentum would favor the bulls. Haven't gotten the gap fill. And we just got some random ass pop. 900 is being defended, but 860 is being protected. Just gotta wait. As painful as it is, we gotta wait. With that being said, I guess I need to be on my toes of just in case it goes against me. I need to like be really ready to just close it. Just in case this gets one of those random like 1-minute bars that just fucks me up. I just don't want to take out on an outsized loss. I just want to keep it all manageable. If it's a loss, I'm fine with taking a loss. The name of the game is just keep it a manageable loss. I'm actually surprised with how much the market is literally just doing nothing, and we're like a full hour into the day. Is anyone else having issues with trading view alerts right now? Or is that just exclusively a Matt problem? Fuck.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
I guess we're out. You heard all my orders. I closed it out right on that. Like I said, I wanted to be on the ball. I didn't want to do something, I guess, completely outside. Dude, is it way too bright? Like, I could barely... Yeah, dude, hang on 1 second. Let me close this shade. Barely seeing my own fucking screens here. Oh, okay, hang on. Let me switch this up for a second. Yeah. It finally, like, consolidation, breakout. Maybe it's a fake out breakout. That would be a fucking dagger in my heart after waiting forever on this bullshit. But, oh, is it? Hopefully I didn't get caught up in that fake out. Dude, it is, motherfucker. What are we doing today? What in the world are we doing today? Fake out galores. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be so bummed if we just had that 1-minute bar pop, 2-minute bar pop just for me to get rocked anyway. No. No, no, no. Wow. Holy shit. Wow, that's dirty. That's fucking dirty. I'm in disbelief. Holy shit. Like the whole time I was just like, nope, keep my risk in control. Don't let anything outsized happen. You can, small losses are manageable. That's the name of the game. Second the risk is hit, I get out, and it fucking dumps it on me anyway. I guess sometimes that's the name of the game, isn't it? I guess that can just be, that's trading for you some days. Guess you can't cry over it, because crying over it's not going to fix it. It's just more of a, like, oh shucks, like, fucking just brutal. I waited for it. I saw the SPY was a bit stronger. That got its breakout. Fuck, dude. I guess sometimes that's how trading be, you know? Sometimes that's how trading be.
Order submitted.
All right, that's for my small accounts. I'm going to try to see if I could get in a lower fill on that reversal. Wow. I thought, okay, fake out, pull back, and then it goes, nope. Dude, what the fuck is today? Like, what is this? It's just continually getting me to the extent of where I'm willing to take a hit. It takes the hit, and then it reverts right back. Oh. Wow. All I can say is, wow.
Order filled.
Whipsaw. That's the small accounts getting out for protection. That's the small accounts getting out for protection. Well, really the MAE rule. I have it auto set, so I never break that MAE rule. I cannot believe this whipsaw bullshit. But it is part of the market. So you gotta live with it. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. All I could say is fuck, fuck, fuck. Where's the flow? Why can't we have another one of these giant Mag 7 spikes? SPY, yeah, this is part of the problem right there. SPY spiked to 1024 and got hit ever since then. Part of the problem. Are the alerts working again on TradingView? I think so. Okay, I think they have it potentially fixed. No, never mind. So it seems like it's now a different error than I was getting before. Some buyers stepping in on the SPY right there. You can see that delta pop a little. A little.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, I have a pending order to maybe buy one NQ if it pops here. I'm looking at basically a recovery of the EMAs. Once again, to the north side, I have a pending order. It's at 85 on NQ. Let's see if for magically one time today I can get a trade right. Once again, it's pending. It hasn't filled. You'll hear it if it gets filled. You'll hear it. Golly, dude, today is the fucking struggle. All right, back to the flow. Mag 7 is holding after the pop. S&P 500.
Order filled.
All right, I'm in at that 85 level. Let's see. All right, should I set the risk on that one right away? I mean, it's been so whippy. I guess if we take out 900, I can move that one to break even. Come on, let's go up to 900. Let me show you guys book map again to see. I'm looking for us to take out this sell level at 900. But I don't know if I'm the guy you want to be asking of what do you think is going to happen today? Because thus far, my analysis and opinions have been completely wrong with the extreme amount of fucking whipsaw we're seeing today. You know what we haven't checked in on? Did the structure completely change? Well, now my screen's completely frozen, so that's not good. Shit, it's frozen. Fuck. My chart is not frozen, though. Oh, what's slowing the programs down? All right, there's buying over there. What programs can I close out to open up a little CPU? Okay, so maybe is this why? It's that transition, like we're in this negative gamma jumping around. 990 becomes the next evident target if this can actually fucking push. But maybe that's why we're just really dancing around from 50 to 70. It's just quite a bit of negative gamma. Maybe that's why. Can we hold 74 on NQ? Can we push into this? Like, can we actually get above and hold above 70? That's kind of what we're battling at right here, is like this transition of negative gamma to positive gamma. Okay, can we get above 900? We're at 900. We're battling it out at 900. I should probably move that stop on the 85 up. I'll give it one quick second just to make sure there's not a weird errant rejection off of 900. What a fucking mess. All right, if NQ takes out 915, I'm feeling good. If if SPX takes out 7075, I'm feeling pretty good. And we're at 71 right now. All right, like I said, that one that I added at 85, sell stop market.
Order submitted.
Okay, the stop is at break even. I'm gonna move it up to 85.25. 85.25. So the stop in that one is break even. So that one was a riskless ad for me at this point, which finally, maybe we caught some actual fucking trend today. This is not right. Okay, what is that? 51.
Order
All right,
submitted.
I'm gonna try to sell some contracts at 50 here. And why 50? Well, it's the intraday high, it's the pre-market high. It just seems like there's something going on at 50. I see sellers already loading up at 50. So if the market goes, which I have no clue if it's going to go or not, but if it goes, I don't think that's necessarily a bad area to lock in some profits. And if you have some runners, have some runners, but that's what I'm looking at. I see some people up here at 50. I see the pre-market high at 50. I see the intraday high at 50. Mag 7 is picking up. SPY is finally picking up. Okay. Question is, are we going to get some follow through or not? That's the real question. All right, the intraday high is 52.75 on NQ. Little bit of selling there on the SPY as we hit 71. I want to see the 75 test. Damn, that consolidation took forever to break, and there was so much whipsaw involved in it. Holy cow. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Oh. Holy mackerel. Let me think about this math. It's probably proper math just in case. Maybe I'll dump an extra one.
Order submitted.
Just focusing on the risk side, folks. Trying to not be complete degenerate here. Actually, if I wanted to, what is an even more creative way? A more creative way to keep this risk. Running into a bit of a wall at 925 and knocked all the way back down to 900. Come on. Smacked again, dude. This whipsaw is not dissipating, brother. It is not dissipating. Bounce off of 900 though, maybe. I see these buyers at 80.
Order filled.
All right. I threw in another one just because that the first one I did, that risk is at break even, so it's of no risk to me. I'll do the same thing here. If we can take out this recent high of whatever 23, 24, 25, wherever that is, I'll do the same thing. Stop to break even. Just risk off the table, move on to the next one. I just need to play a little bit more defensively. So that's how we'll play it today. And I'm not really concerning myself with the average value of my fills. I'm concerning myself with the independent ones, and I'm treating each fill as an independent one. So risk management for each individual one is like kind of what's atop of my mind. So similar to that fill at 85, stops at break even. Maybe it gets knocked out. Hopefully it runs. But once again, it's of no risk to me. The stop is at break even. I just added in another one there. Right at 900 as we bounce off of it. If we take out this recent high, same thing. Stop to break even. Now it's out of sight, out of mind. As soon as I get my individual ones with this methodology, stop to break even, it is out of sight. It is out of mind. Of course, initially when I do it, there is risk. I'm risking whatever a recent swing would be. And then ideally on a slight move in my favor, I'm taking all risk off the table. And when you do that, a lot of them do get knocked out. In the worst case scenario, you don't even get the stop to break even and you're knocked out for a small loss. But that's, I guess, your job as the trader is to keep it as a small loss. Come on, motherfucker. What was that? Technically it was 905. We're at 902. What was that dip? That dip was to 94. I did see those buyers at 80, but they're kind of disappearing. The sellers went from 25 up to 30. Oh, some there at 17. I wonder if I should move the 85 risk up so that one trade does guarantee me some money. 12. Honestly, for the one I just entered, if we pop 915, were those sellers 21, 20, whatever? I was just looking at these sellers for a second, 22. I was going to say, if we pop those guys, I might just move my risk at that point, like really front run it just to play the game of keeping risk off the table on such a weird whippy day. And unfortunately, after all consolidation and then finally having some move, we're seemingly back into like this bullshit thing of consolidation. Fuck, that other one's gonna get knocked out for
Order
break even.
filled.
Okay, whatever. You heard it. It knocked out for break even. That's what trading is. A lot of those get knocked out for break even. It doesn't necessarily like make you feel good. I'm not saying I like when it gets knocked out for break even, but for risk management, I just can't risk doing something fucking stupid. Oh, which I've kind of already done some stupid stuff today. I just cannot get the right side of this trend today, folks. This is fucking purgatory to me. $92. 92. Still decently bullish, I suppose. Mag 7's holding. Price did take a hit, which is unfortunately what just knocked me out. $92. All right.
Order
the
canceled.
profit target orders I'm taking out because we're nowhere close to them. I suppose that was visions of grandeur. Oh, I'm trying to keep it all small, and it's just that underlying feeling that shit is getting away from me. I am not liking this. I just cannot catch the trend. It's as simple as that. I cannot get on the right fucking side of the trend today. Oh, and it's breaking. Dude, how many fucking fake outs can we have? This is a miserable day. Look at this shit. Miserable. No clear, concise trend. Just everything getting smashed. Wow. Wow. Now it's going to go for VWAP. Are you fucking kidding me? Nothing but whip today, folks. The hard thing about it is you can identify that like whipsaw is currently going on. The issue is you don't know when it's going to end. That's the tricky part. That's the tough part. So like you're like, okay, cool. It's been whipping. Oh, things are settling right here. Like, okay, whip, whip, whip. We pop up. Oh, okay. It's breaking out. This is like an interesting change at 10:30. We're breaking out. We see some improvement in flow. We see some improvement in momentum, and you think you're good. Nope. You get whipped again later. Like, I know that there's probably like commentary of like, oh, like, well, why would you trade when there's whipsaw? Well, the direct answer to that is because you don't know that there's gonna be whipsaw, and if there is whipsaw, you don't know if it's gonna end. Like, it might finally be the end of it. You start to get some data suggesting, oh, okay, cool, like things are like calming down, so you might take a stab at it, and then boom, you get whipped again. And then every time you get whipped, I believe it like just does that much more damage to your psychology on the day. And yeah, fuck, man. Well, just hit VWAP. Just fucking hit VWAP. Oh, God. What the fuck am I doing here? Oh, not good for me, team. Shit. No, it's getting away from me. Today's just all this whip is just fucking me up too much. I hope you guys are all doing better than I am, because this up and then down and then up and then down and then up and then down is just, it's fucking me up big time. Fucking me up big time. If the Qs recapture 25, I have the start of a fighting chance, but right now things are looking pretty dismal. Pretty dismal. Right back to 60. Support, support, support. This time, though, we are below all the momentum. Holy shit, folks. I don't know what to tell you. This is a brutal day. I haven't taken a single trade yet today. Congrats to you. You, sidestepped a lot of fucking bullshit, in my opinion. I'm wondering if there's a recovery right here above 63. You could take that trade long at 63, risking 57, 58, and then on the push to 68, you move your stop to break even. That's a pretty like easy setup trade. Right back to VWAP again. And it's still fucking going. How brutal can this get? Here's how bad. A lot of buyers at 800 flat. A lot of buyers at 800 flat. All right, I need to fucking dig in and somehow pull a magic rabbit out of my hat today. Oh, okay. Focus. What is the trend? What is not the trend? Buyers were stepping in a little bit at 911, 811, excuse me. But really, I'm seeing the biggest chunk at 800, currently trading at 821. Don't blow out today, dude. I am trying my fucking best to make reasonable, sound decisions, and unfortunately the day is already 90% gotten away from me. So I need to get on the right side of the trend, and I need there to be a big trend to get myself out of this fucking debacle. Just calm. Calm, calm, calm. That's getting hit. Look at this. We pop, we drop again, we pop, keep popping, huge drop. Just, dude, there's some serious movement today. Look at this. Drop, pop, drop, all over the fucking map. All over the map. TradingView is fucking up all of my alerts and orders over here. Above 50. We're not really close to it. I guess I'm looking to see if NQ can get back above and hold above 850. Just judging on some of the major like EMAs and whatnot, but That's 30 points away, and I see some serious action below still. But who knows? Maybe it's a VWAP thing. What is this dog shit? What the fuck, dude? Pain, 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 pain. I'm watching really the 5-minute and the 10-minute on ES and NQ to see how they're going to handle this. Both ES and NQ are now below their clouds, their EMA clouds. So they're below equilibrium, as in on that time frame specifically. You have the bulls, the bulls losing control, the bears gaining a bit of ground. Granted, NQ is pinned to VWAP. I don't know if it's going to hold or not. Right now, price is pushing downward on it, but for as much whipsaw as we've seen today, I'm hesitant to say, oh, we're pressing down, it looks like we're going to go, especially when we've just seen the most insane amount of movement in there it gets smacked. There it gets smacked. Especially when we've seen the most like fucking ridiculous movement in options today of just like size hitting the tape and swinging the delta gigantically in one direction or the other. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, mother. Oh, brother. And the craziest thing is here, based on this whipsaw and shit that we've seen, I could honestly see either case. I could see a big dump from here or a full-on reversal to intraday highs, potentially new all-time highs. Like, I want to put that out there, that this is not, like, anywhere close to being done and like, oh, that's the trend of the day. Like, this is, it's nothing just but insane fucking whipsaw. And those 800 buyers are still there. I've been keeping this up to see if they were disappearing, moving, how they were playing it. Oh, man. Fill the gap. That's what she said. Maybe. It's not out of the cards today. All right, we're testing VWAP again. Is it going to hold? We have a little bit of a trend line breakout if you're dialed into the 1 minute, the 1048 high to the 1051 high. We just tested that trend line. Market quickly rejected it, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What crazy fall we have today.
Order filled.
I either just made the smartest decision of the day or the dumbest decision of the day, buying long on that potential VWAP bounce. Obviously, because I'm already in a bad position, if it starts to show weakness at all, I'm just gonna fucking bail on them just because I don't want to be stupid. But I guess with a little bit of luck here, maybe, just maybe. Wow, not even a chance of a reversal. Second I get in, it just drops 20 points. Come on, hold VWAP. VWAP's at 30. I waited for it to pop back above VWAP and show a little bit of strength, or what I perceive to be strength, so I got more contracts. And then it just got... Fuck, dude. What is happening right now? Look at this shit. order. I'm watching the tape and it's just going nutty. Oh man, today's not my day. Today is not my day. Look at this. Just people are marketing order hundreds of contracts. What the fuck? Like, why can't there just be random whipsaw luck in my favor? That's all I'm saying. Random, like, when's the random whipsaw luck gonna favor me? Come on, take out 50. Take out 50, and then we're watching 880. Come on, take out 850. Don't be a fake out whip to the upside. Let's be a real VWAP bounce like we were talking about pretty much. Nope. Maybe. Come on, be a real VWAP bounce. Real VWAP bounce. Hold it. Push to 50. Push to 50. Hold VWAP. Hold this. This right here is VWAP. Push 50. 50, and then I want to see 80. Let's get momentum back green. Come on. Come on. Let's fucking go. Fuck you. Come on. Maybe we can get lucky after a day of fucking... Don't fade it. Don't fade it. Come on. Finally, let's have like a lucky burst just be on my fucking side. Don't fade it. Don't fade it. Get above 80. Get above 900. Come on. Let's not get like finally one burst all day. I was begging for one burst in my favor. Don't fade it. Don't be a fake out. Don't be a fake out. Every day, every directional burst was seemingly against me today. Come on, don't fade it all the way back down. Don't, well, that's not real prints. That got fucked up. Come on, let's hold this. If it can hold 80, let's push 900. I guess I should put my stop at break even on those freshly added ones.
Order submitted.
Just for risk management. So the ones that I added at, I got the fill at 39. I was basically buying it off the VWAP bounce at 30. That stops break even. I figure at this point, if it does go south, don't let them cost me money. But if it does trend up, they'll help with my average fill and whatnot. Was there news on that? Does anyone know if there was news on that pop, or was it just a big order? Come on, motherfucker. Come on. All I want to do is keep updating my wrist to make them all freebie plays. I think that's my only shot about getting back. Oh, no. I need it to hold 880. I need it to hold 880. Come on. Keep going to 9. Take out 900. Someone said the Russell's popping. Let's get the Russell. Wow, Q's look stupid today. Let me throw up NDX. That wasn't a real print. That was a misprint. So it's probably fucking up your charts. NDX is probably a better way to look at it now. So I'll just have that up for the moment. Or, you know what? We could put up NQ just because probably more of you are trading NQ. All right, what is this high? I'm looking for it to take out 25.75. All right, let's go. Let's go. Momentum did get saved. Momentum is trying to get saved on the NASDAQ. Actually, that was enough for Piper. Wow, I can't believe how they missed how much that. Okay, we're above 900. I like that. Piper fired if you're in the Discord. I wanted to hold 900 so bad. We're right at 900 right here. Mag 7 got a big pops. So something got bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold. Huge buying. Like it just, this is not for the faint of heart today, team. Not for the faint of heart. Brutal, brutal, brutal. As unlucky as I was all morning, I was just purely lucky to be on the right side of that trade. So like, dude, you can't always do much with your luck, honestly. Like unlucky. I was unlucky on all sides of whip, and then I was finally just luckily on the right side of one of the whips. Like Trump post at 10:55 on True Social. This is very unfair to our tech companies and for the United States. Okay, I don't know if, I guess maybe it did move the market that much. On the surface level, it doesn't seem like it would, but hey, crazier things have happened. Okay, the next technical high is 25 on NQ, if you're watching that right here, 25.75. And on SPY, SPX, we're talking about the intraday high, which is basically 75. Wow, what fucking insanity they're seeing today, folks. What insanity. How do I want to play this? Do I want to play this? All right, we did that. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. No, hold 900. Come on. Oh, okay. I see buyers at 890. I hope it doesn't even get tested. I just want it to rip straight. What just craziness we are seeing today. All right, we try to get going. I see people lining up at that well, they were there for a second. Come on, take out 25. Come on. Pop through it. We could do it.
Order submitted.
Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I did get a fill, I believe. Sorry, I'm managing various things at once to make sure my financial health doesn't get completely blown the fuck up. Come on. Okay, where are we at? Hopefully, I'm just really hoping this isn't a lower high double top rejection. It might be. I'm really just looking for some sort of mystical, magical pop here that doesn't somehow like egregiously fuck me over. I'm wondering how I could improve my risk management here. I have risk management in for about half the positions, but the other half, I'm wondering if there is something to be improved. And really, my life would just be easier if we do pop up to 25 here, because I'm going to scale out at exactly 25. Because obviously, not only is that locking in profits, but then inherently it's dropping my risk. So life would be easiest for me to quickly just do that. I should mark out this level. Come on. I like that it's holding 900, but why can't we just get a quick little drift up to those sellers? That's what I'm really looking for right now. Let's take a look at flow. It's been a second. It's looking decent. SPY's taking a bit of a breather. Oh, not wanting to hit 75 here. Come on. Right when it was looking good too. Come on, you can turn this around. Turn the ship around, take out 75. Where it's running into an issue is what we've been seeing all day. It's dancing around in this negative gamma. As soon as it gets up into the like block of positive gamma starting at 75, that's exactly where we're running into a wall. That's the problem, is like we're whipping around in the slippery price action of the negative gamma, and then up here I would just prefer that it starts that slow grind up to 990. That's what I want to see. I want to see it get absorbed into this positive gamma and a slow grind up. Slow grind up. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We're getting close. We're getting close. But it's just, we're just not getting that final little push. We're not getting that final little push back to 900. Okay, let's see. I guess I don't know how many times we're going to keep retesting 900. I'm just praying that it will actually hold. Come on, just be a higher low. Give us that nice pop upward. Now there's sellers coming in a little bit earlier at 18, and there's buyers at 90, 88. Back to 9. Okay. Well, I guess I would prefer it dance around 900 than like 850. So I can't complain too much, especially relative to all the bullshit that's been going on today. The point of control did move up to 900. So now it's a psychological level, technical level, and the POC, the point of control. It is the price where most volume has been traded, not to get confused with VWAP. We're below 900. VWAP is currently down at 834. All right, back above 900. I'm just like, let's just test 25. Let's see what happens. We're just not. The market's a scaredy cat of it for some reason. Well, I don't like that. Come on, just hold 900. Let's just get that rubber band effect. Okay, we dip a little down, bow and arrow, we pull it back, just shoot it higher. Come on. Come on. We're struggling at that 75. All right, so basically SPX needs this to be a higher low. We need to see some buyers step in there. S&P 500 is drifting lower ever since the turn of the hour, but not by too much. Mag 7 is holding decent, which is giving me some optimism. Fuck, we're below 900 again. I don't like every trade going through below 900. I'm not the biggest fan of it. If it holds above 900, I feel like I'm in good case. Above 915, obviously solid. Shit. Where were those buyers at? 880. I see some at 880. I see some at 870. 900 is just so obviously this level on NQ. 925 is the breakout, and then on SPX 70 is important, and then 75 is the breakout, and we're seeing some interesting gamma influences there, which is exactly why this is becoming so much of a battle. Exactly why. But 25 on NQ is the breakout. I mean, you can see it evidently right there. All right, we do have this potential higher low. Maybe I'll go to the 5-minute. It might just be a little bit easier to see. I switched it over to NQ instead of QQQ because there was a misprint on QQQ today that's like kind of fucking up the charts. That was not real trading. Once again, it is a misprint. That's why I'm on NQ today, just because the charts are like more reasonable to pay attention to. But I'm looking for this to hopefully be a higher low. I don't know if it will or won't. We're really not that much removed from it to like fairly comment on it, but I see a little bit of a downslope, and that's what I'm looking for change. I'm looking for this little 1-minute trend to change course and give us that test of 75, which is the start of positive gamma. Like that in a nutshell is exactly what I'm looking for. Obviously throughout this Mag 7, even though it's been really choppy today, and I'll be the first to admit it's fucked me up, it's finally seemingly calming down, knock on wood. SPY like price, the delta's going off a little bit. Some people are buying puts, but calls are holding constant. So I do like that. Calls are holding constant, but some bears are stepping in, a little bit of put selling. That actually might end up being bullish if they're like selling put credit spreads. But we'll see. All right, threw that order in. I almost forgot to throw orders in on the day. All right, we're getting some protective orders on options. I do not like this at all. Okay, are we holding 900? As of now, we are below it, and this battle is a literally, someone just dumped that. Son of a bitch. All right, 100. Oh, someone's flashing it up there too. All right, market's getting some action. About 125 contracts right there. Just got pulled. It was there for a couple seconds. Someone pulled it. I don't know what's going on. Is it going to be a quick bounce up to 900, or is that actually going to freak people out and send us a bit lower? Someone's seemingly hitting some market orders. It could be that player. 125 contracts. It was there for a brief second. It's that red block up. They flashed it again for a second. They were up there, and now they're moving it all. Okay, they're playing some fucking games right now. Look at it. They just keep putting it on the chart and then quickly taking away. It's like there for like a millisecond. I'm not saying it's spoofing, but I'm not saying it's not spoofing. Come on, get above 900. Get above, push 900, push 900, push 900. All right, let's get that 25 level. Let's take it out. Let's fuck it up. Watching this. The spoofer seems to be somewhat gone now. Mag 7 Delta popped a little. Spies improving. I like this hold of 900. Holding 900 still. Come on. You can do it. More, dude, they are loading up at 25. Loading up at 25, which seemingly the importance is it is the high from 1035. Go for it. Go for it. Here's a look at the flow. Mag 7 is holding. SPY is improving. People are getting out of their puts and they're buying calls. I like that. We might, this is a little bit of a technical breakout. Remember I said I was looking for the higher low, delta to improve. Look for that test of 75. And then maybe we can get absorbed into this positive gamma. And the next logical thing is 6990. That's the next big gamma level. I want us to take out... What is this high? 15. What is this high on NQ? 1575, which we're at it right now. We flashed above it for a second. Dude, they are defending 25 with all of their might. They are defending 25 with all of their might today. And we didn't even get there, and said we got to the previous high at 15 and it got smacked. Dude, this is kind of a fucking wild trading session, honestly. Not my favorite by any means. Not my favorite by any means. All right, take out 15 again, and we should be hunky-dory. We should be all hunky-dory. All right, let's see what they could do. Go for it. I feel like, dude, we're just here. We're way past time. We're just rooting for this to go at this point. 166 contracts, deeply red. We're on the struggle bus all day to test this, and it gets fucking smacked. Dude, what the fuck is going on today? Are we just literally kissing 900 again to bounce up? I hope so, but what is this? I just feel like every so often we're climbing, we get that slow grind, someone market orders out, and boom, hits it 10 points. Then we grind it back, boom. Did I dig myself out of the hole? I made myself a better position, but I'm not fully out of the hole. but I would say at least things are in control as of now. Obviously, trading's dynamic, my psychology's dynamic, but I think I'm getting myself out of a hole. I think I'm getting myself out of a hole. Oh, wow. Lordy. We're just in some 1 minute purgatory of are we going or not. It feels like it's a cup and handle. It feels like it's a cup and handle. Come on, hit 25. Take those fuckers out. I have orders at 25. I'm trying to take some profits there, thus also lowering my risk. So it's the two, dude. I was gonna say it's the two for not only locking in profits but lowering risk. Oh my lord, this is almost becoming comical. Of every time it's making a move, someone is market ordering out. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Is this the test? I feel like I feel like I almost shouldn't watch. I'm nervous to say it. Maybe like the trick here is to not pay attention. I was uncomfortably red. Me and you both, and I'm trying to get back into the green. And my first major move of getting back into the green would be getting this fill. That is just, I'm getting taunted by the market at this point. I'm getting taunted by the market. Oh, not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. What'd we just hit? 24? We're hitting 24.
Order filled.
Finally, some filled. I dropped half my position on that fill. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord on that one. All right. So, risk update. So I moved my risk higher and I locked in some profit. So we're almost out of this hole. We're almost out of this hole. Almost out of this hole. So I'm... Hang on. That's confusing. Why are different orders different? I don't get why there's mismatched on 3 of these. What the fuck? Why am I having the worst fucking luck? So what is this? 21, 24, and 23. 21, 24, and 23. I don't honestly even know how I should necessarily handle that. Why is there fucking mismatch on 3 random fucking accounts? Shit. Okay. I guess, hang on. I didn't realize this whole time that I was getting fucked again. They're not off by much, so I'm not going to let it cause me to spiral. But what is with the mismatch? Why is there mismatch? Why, oh why are some of these accounts 2 and then 3 of the accounts are 4, when I should have, like I said, it's not the end of the world. The difference is seemingly $300 to $400, which I should be able to fix just to get them all in sync. But dude, I'm Apex playing games. No, this is just, for some reason, my trade copier worked on 3 of the accounts for most of the trading, and then on one trade when I added in 2, it didn't. I know. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so there was one point where I didn't let an order get hit. I market ordered, and the market order, probably timing wise, didn't persist to all the accounts. Okay, I know exactly what happened. I can't even really fairly blame it on. Yeah, I know what happened. Okay, it was just, it was almost like a race condition, because there were some orders where, like, it was coming close, and I was like, you know what, I'll just hit the close button. The close button is a market order, so I hit the close button, and it probably didn't persist through all 20 accounts, and then it was hitting some. Yeah, okay, I know what happened. That was, I don't know, shit happens. That's trading. That's trading for you. Well, we didn't get the follow through I was looking for. We definitely ran into some serious liquidity there. That's getting hit right now. Thankfully, it's not the end of the world by any means. It's kind of a small difference, especially based on the size of the account. So it's not going to like horrendously freak me out. But actually, do I need to cancel all orders? I'm just worried about stuff being out of sync right now. Which literally might, hang on. So,
Order canceled.
okay, so all orders are canceled. I have 2 independent lead accounts. Okay. No.
Order filled.
Okay. Are they all back? Okay, they're all now back in sync. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay. They're all back in sync, which is what I needed them to be.
Order submitted.
All right. I believe I am bueno at this moment in time. I believe I am bueno in terms of the accounts being where the accounts need to be for matching and whatnot. Yeah, that was a freak race condition. I shouldn't have marketed ordered right at the point that we also had a pending order, because it just became a race condition. So as much as sometimes you get fucked by either data or trade copier, honestly, even though that was a trade copier issue, it was kind of prompted by me, so I can't really fairly blame it. I should have just let the order hit instead of hitting the close button, which is a market order. So that order got sent, and then simultaneously the 20 accounts were trying to figure out the orders that were already on the chart, and then there just became a race condition. If possible, could you make a video about this and explain it more? Would love to hear about what? About the race condition? That sounds like the most boring piece of content ever. That I'm not. And did I get, and I lost my data? No fucking way. No. My data feed stopped. Folks, today, for various reasons, is not my day. Various reasons, and it's not even reconnecting. Folks, not my day today. There's days that are my days, and today ain't one of them. I'm telling you straight up, Tony. I was like, where the fuck's the data? All right, so cancel all orders. No. No. I want to cancel all orders. Dude, and it's frozen. Dude, what is happening today, man? Cancel all orders.
Order canceled.
All right. When in doubt, cancel all orders. Cancel pending. No, cancel every fucking one. I'm going to restart fresh. Let's see if I could do this in time. Cancel, 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 cancel. Cancel it all. Cancel every order. All right. Then we have to disconnect. Then we have to reconnect. All right. Are we in good shape? Are there any orders? No, those are still pending. Where are they? Sell. They seem as if they're protection orders somewhere on some accounts that, and now my shit's frozen. Just breathe. Just breathe. Let's just breathe. All right. This data is now working. I don't know why those orders have not canceled. Are they just rogue orders? Are they actually on a chart somewhere? That is the question. Are they? I don't know if those orders are going to fuck me up because it says cancels pending. I'm not seeing them anywhere. So I don't know the answer. I'm not seeing them. One 1129. I'm not seeing them on the chart, but it does say cancel pending. Okay. What are we doing? All right, and the trade copier, it is set up properly. They are in sync. I don't like this lower high, but if we can bounce off a 900 and take out 17, I'll actually be feeling pretty good. SPX is having a hell of a time at 75. Oh, we're back to this purgatory test. At 900. I wish I had my drawings that I accidentally canceled from before. Where were they? Where were they? What is this one? 84. All right, I'm watching this low right here, 83. This little... that little dip low. Watching this. Could be a little fake out. I'm fine with that. We've seen that a million times before, but I do need it back above and holding 900. In my book, on that second test, okay, maybe. On the third time, it gets a bit questionable of the strength of that line. So I will be watching this lower 80 area pretty closely And given my weird, I guess, data disconnect issues and copier issues, which to be fair, the copier issue was probably more of a me idiot error. I don't know. And just the whipsaw of the day. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes today. What a day it's been. 80. Come on, bounce back for me. Just take out, what is this high? 17. 17. This has been a gauntlet today, folks. I really, when I was getting ready for today, I was like, you know what? Today's going to be a nice day. There's going to be some sort of evident dip to be bought. You're going to have low risk, and you're going to be able to ride a grind higher and higher and higher. Like, I don't know why. I can't even really properly articulate it, but like in my mind, that's how today was going to go. Little did I know that it was going to be probably the most whipsaw day that we've seen since the start of the year, like on an intraday basis. Someone said going back to VWAP, maybe. Also, maybe it just rips higher. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna feel real good about this if we can take out 17. Take out 17, take out 17, take out 17, take out 17. Come on, baby. Take out 17. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Come on. Take out 17. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it, brother. I'm not seeing the big wall of, dude, as soon as I'm like, yeah, like, hey, like maybe this is going to get going. Boom. Just, this is what been the story for the past half hour now. Every time we get moving above 900, someone's market ordering and they drop it 10 to 15 points. I assume they're selling to get out. They might be selling to get into a position. Like I said, it's an assumption, but like every time we get it going a little like that, boom, market order. You see it on the chart. Someone is traversing the spread. They're hitting the bid and they're just dropping it with, in the short term, decent enough size relative to a trading day. It's not like the biggest size, but it's enough in like whatever, a 500 tick, a 1 minute candle to see like a little flush down. Oh, if there were a day to size down. Oh, they were there for a second, this time at 23. That time at 23. Little pop up, but don't you worry. Oh, they're back to 25 now. For the third test of the day at 25. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. What a interesting fucking day it's been. Mag 7's looking strong, which is making me hopeful for the breakout. SPY is also improving, which once again is making me hopeful for the breakout. But even remember, like price, delta can change at any moment because this is just based off options trades. So if someone decides to go buck wild bullish, yeah, it could happen. If they decide to go buck wild bearish, yeah, that could change it too. I'm just commenting on the current trend. Speaking of which, 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 4 hour is bullish. Nasdaq 5 minute is holding, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 4 hours bullish. So I would say, yeah, like the bulls currently, like the fact that they bought this dip, this craziness between 1040 and 1055, like, all right, cool. But once again, you never know the next trade. And I'm almost afraid to comment on any existing trend today because it seems like every single time I do, the very next minute, something happens that like puts that in question. Shorting IWM for next week puts. Generally going short at all-time highs is one of the dumbest things you could do in the market, especially for an index. But whatever, it's your money. I don't really care. But I'm just saying, if that's your overall methodology of just every single time you see a high in an index, you're going short, it's just simply not net profitable. The numbers are out on it. People have studied it. You might see maybe something else going on this time around that like leads you to believe it's currently good. But in general, if you're like, yeah, no, they're at highs, so I'm going to buy puts for next week, it's not smart to do. It's just the odds are against you. Like the odds have been collected. It's been tested. It's not really opinionated. Like if every single time you see a high, you go short, it's actually, you're going to be a net loser. I know, probably throwing sand into the wind, then why do it? I'm shorting silver right now. Yeah, also stupid. I mean, it's not 100% trade, but I'm just saying, like, if that's your overall methodology, time and time again, to short the Russell at an all-time high, SPY at an all-time high, NASDAQ at an all-time high, silver at an all-time high, gold at an all-time high, you're just playing against the odds. And sometimes rare events happen, but whatever. Same guy said he blew 100K shorting earlier. Yeah, like, why would you do that? Joke's on you, Matt. I'm always a net loser. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Order submitted.
All right, I put in a protective stop just because we did sweep that high. We took it out, and I'm looking for a continuation. I don't want it to be one of those whipsaw fake outs where we make a new high and then we also make a fresh low. Like I saw this new, we have one high here at 1132. We have another high here at 1141. I like the high. I don't necessarily like the low. So I just want to make sure that the next higher low is above 82. So that's what I'm protecting myself against right now. And that honestly might be coming to get tested or something. I have no idea, dude. This market, we just can't get a nice trend going today. Whipsaw galore. Whipsaw galore. All right, let's see some intraday highs. Let's not see intraday lows. How is silver doing intraday? You're shorting that? You're shorting something that is making higher highs and higher lows and also moves like crazy. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're going to get lucky. Trends have to change at some point, but dude, that is playing with fire. Even the Russell, you're shorting this strength. Like, what are people looking at, dude? I just don't see it. VIX is getting clocked. Did pop there for a second, that 1040 craziness. We're back to 900, dude. We cannot escape 900, can we? We just can't escape it. I just wish the 900 level was where my accounts were net massively in the profit today, rather than me needing a break to, like, I don't know, at this point, 930 for break even. But that's on me. That's because I played like dog shit this morning. And when you mix trading like dog shit with huge whipsaw, that is a recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. All right. Yeah, we're looking for the break. What's that? 33. And then for SPY, 695. SPX, we're looking. Why are we having an issue here? Because we're at a massively important level of 75. That's a psychological level. It also happens. Look at, see how even the negative gamma is crawling up? Like, that should open up the door to 85. But what I'm looking for today is on the screen now. I would like it if we pop and break and hit 7,000. I think that'd be cool. But if I were playing a 0 DT position, I would definitely be happy with my money at 6990. It's just the risk of a rejection from there is, in my opinion, not worth that extra 10-point push. I just see a massive positive gamma node at 90. It starts at 85. It goes a little to 95, but the massive node is there at 990. It is, oh, you have someone sold calls and long puts. That's an interesting position. And then you have 7,000 sold calls at 6,990. So it's just a positive gamma node. It's a very evident one. It's the biggest one on the map right now. So just be careful. If you've been watching the update videos, I've been doing like a little bit of a rewind showing you how you could use these throughout the day and how they come to like fruition. And they're not exact to the point. You just get to that region. So I'm looking for this region to be kind of the stall out for this movement. It's honestly that simple. Oh, how are we looking? How are we looking? We're still on the struggle bus. 5 minutes bullish, 10, 34 hours all bullish. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour is all bullish. Dude, just pop 930. Let's get a test of these levels. Why can't it be doing this dancing around at 950? That's what the audience wants. That's what the traders want. But why is it 40 points below? The players want this. I'm getting a little bit hesitant of a potential shoulder, head, shoulder. But on the flip side, you could say, what about the inverse? Shoulder, head, shoulder. So like, this is the issue with technical analysis is everyone loves to Monday morning quarterback. They look at how the price action played out, and then they scroll back and find a structure that would back that up. But in real time, which is where you're actually trading, you can see it either way. Shoulder, head, shoulder, or on this dip, inverse, shoulder, head, shoulder. And then, of course, based on which way this breaks, everyone's going to be like, I told you so. I told you it was going to work. It's like, what do you mean? We literally saw the opposite signal as well. So that's where, like, I'm not against technical analysis. I think technical analysis can be pretty helpful, especially where you like should be setting your risk points to be like, okay, like the structure is breaking down, especially when you're already in a position. But people treat technical analysis as like this end all be all tool that it's like has some sort of predictive capabilities. And it really doesn't. It has an ability to describe to you what's happened in the past. Okay, cool. That could be useful. But in terms of like, no, this is where price is about to go. Remember, price is going to do what the next batch of traders are going to do. Price is decided by the traders who decide to trade after you're already in your position. It's not decided by technical analysis. Back to VWAP, yeah, it could happen. It's very unlikely at this point for a myriad of reasons, but if that's your trade, I think it's silly, but hey, have at it. I'm not your mom. SPX is popping. Mag 7 is popping. It makes me feel like this breakout's going to come. Looking at the options flow, looking at these gamma levels, oh, hang on. SPX intraday high going for the all-time high at 85.83. I believe that's the all-time high, right? No, sorry, 86.33. 86.33 is the all-time high. Let's set an alert there. 86. So right here, this blue line is the record high. And now instead of being at 25, the sellers are up here at 37. 30. Well, a little bit at 25, but I'm about equal actually. 25 and 38 maybe. Maybe 38. Okay, finally back in some net green on the day. And back to net red. And just like that. And it's gone. And it's gone. Funny how that works, huh?
Order submitted.
Can we go back net green? Some of them are net green because of that weird mismatch. So 3 of the accounts are going to be net green here, while the other accounts are off by about 5 points. But once again, that was kind of a weird copier issue, but also kind of weird on my point. Yeah, I honestly, it was like kind of 100% my issue. Come on. Let's do this thing. Let's get this rodeo going. Let's get this rodeo going. Damn, Matt, you look tired as fuck. Get more sleep. Oh, sick. Thanks. Never thought of that one. Oh, you're tired from all the work you do and stress from the what your work pertains? Get some rest. Never has that crossed my mind before. Swear, dude, some people are too fucking stupid to be helped. I swear. Some people are just too... It's funny that you think you could somehow do what I do in a balanced manner. Be like, oh yeah, just like get sleep, man. Don't be stressed, but run everything you're doing. Like, yeah. Man. Some people. Nah, Matt, have you tried sleeping earlier? Oh. That's what I need to do. What we really need to do is maybe switch up this. We're so far over, but at this point, I'm kind of invested into the trade with all of you guys. Let's get some music that will actually pump the market.
I woke up to my phone vibrating like I knew something.
Back to 25, dude.
Like it had gossip, like it had tea.
All right, there's some sellers at 37.50 and some sellers at 50. But this has been a slow, painful... Yeah, we just got this pop, and it just basically gave that all fucking back. Wow. What goes up must go down, apparently, is the rule of the day. Little pop above 75 and a smack. Damn. How do I want to handle this? I still feel like my play is the right way to do it. It's just this whipsaw and the hole that I got myself into and the sizing I currently have is making it uncomfortable. And I know at that point, if you're uncomfortable, the answer is, oh, just size down, like just handle it. But I'm not really in the position to do that. But is that just like a cop-out? Because inherently, if you're not comfortable, the argument is just, well, fix the problem as quickly as you can. It's just this whipping, man. Mag 7's looking good. Spy is looking good. We're finally climbing into this. 85, 90. I want to watch that. We're trying to hold 75. This is the all-time high, which you would think is a natural target. Even within 5 points of the all-time high brings us up to here, 81. It's still a new intraday high, and that's a 5 point. Like, that's just within 5 points. And granted, we might hit that. It just means we might not. There's just no rule we have to hit it on this push. Of course, there could be a big dip, and then we hit it later today. So not only is calling out levels important, especially when you're doing risk management, timing can be of incredible importance. To call for a new all-time high is one thing, but just because you call for it, that doesn't mean we're going to skyrocket straight there. It could actually be a wild ride to that point. Speaking of a wild ride, dude, we're back at 900, dude. There are bars at 95 this time. There are buyers at 95 this time.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Like I said, risk management. Mag 7's looking good. S&P 500's looking good. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour all bullish. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour all bullish. That's up. That's up. We're just looking right here. Is this the move? Are we going right up to 85, 90 right now? Is that the move? Or is it going to stall out for lunch and then maybe make the move? Which is why, even though you could be confident in trend and whatnot, you have to care the most about your risk. You have to definitely care the most about your risk. Oh, brother. Okay. Well, I guess just so you know, technically I'm break even right now, unrealized, but I'm saying that very hesitantly because this thing is moving like no other. So maybe I'll make money. Maybe I won't. I've improved the risk a bit here. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm being fucking stupid. I don't know. A lot of the times the intellect of trading is seemingly decided after the fact, which can't really do the most with that. So I'm leaning bullish because of structure, momentum, and options flow. You already know the key levels I'm watching. It's really this region between 85 and 95 with the biggest positive gamma node at 90, which is a slight overshoot of the all-time high, which is currently sitting at 86.33, which is very much in line with the high from 2 days ago. So we have two levels right there, 85.83 and 86.33. So that's a good level to target. You might want to target a slight overshoot to 90. Yeah, if you want to like take your profits and leave on a runner to 7,000, I don't mind that. But from a zero DTE's perspective, especially considering theta decay, I would be more than happy to be taking my bullish profits somewhere between 90 and 85. Like that to me is a great day. And I just don't want to overstay my welcome and let a good day somehow turn sour if there's like a clear rejection. Maybe there won't be a clear rejection. Maybe this thing just rips like no, that's possible. It's just low odds, and we're here to kind of play the higher odds scenario. So I just want to leave you with that. Remember, this is the final day for Apex, final trading session. So if you want to get 80% off, use that code GOONIE. GOONIE will get you 80% off. So the eval will be like $34, $35 for the 50K account. Those are the ones I like. The other next most popular is the 150K accounts. But anyway, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video, this is your final trading session for this particular deal. That's what I have for you right now. We will be posting an update later on today. As I always do, hang on, I will post some pictures on Twitter and also in the Discord if you're there of how my trading session goes. Obviously, I want to be as transparent as I can, my wins, my losses. You guys know today was a rough day for me, and I'm currently working on getting myself out of a hole. I mean, right now it's looking decent, like I should be, but I'm saying that hesitantly because I just don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I will keep you guys updated. We'll post an update video today. The DGen trading report will come out today, and then we'll be here trading tomorrow morning for OPEX. Remember, tomorrow, Friday, OPEX, monthly OPEX. So as much as we're seeing some whipsaw today, unfortunately, I think we have to be prepared for even more tomorrow. Matt's gonna get wrecked. Well, like, who would say that? Like, what a piece of shit. Okay, whatever. You've proven yourself to be a piece of shit. Congrats to you. Who would ever hope that another trader is losing money? All right. I mean, that just kind of shows that there's fucking assholes in all aspects of the world. So I don't know. I believe karma I think karma's going to show you what's up. So you, like I said, can go fuck yourself. And thanks for ruining the good vibes for being an absolute piece of shit. So congrats to you and to everyone else. I appreciate your good vibes. I hope you make a bunch of money. I will catch you later. Peace.